Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Keystone Sprinter 3341 FWFLS, which means essentially a front living fifth wheel. This is a great floor plan for those that really like to entertain. I think Sprinter did a great job here, especially for being what is considered a mid-profile. You have excellent space right up top here, as well as a big dinette that can easily sit 5 to 6 people. We'll start off right up front. As you can see, that is obviously where we are. You have a 55-inch TV right there, so you get great viewing from anywhere up here. Attached to that, new for 2019, is the Furion soundbar. Folks, I have turned this on and tested it. It sounds great. It actually has a display tucked away right here in the center, which is kind of neat when you turn it on. But again, it's just a fantastic system. You'll see the HDMI port as well as a USB port here. This does control the speakers both inside and outside. And as I mentioned, it is quite loud. Directly underneath that, you have the fireplace. Now, a lot of people think this is purely for aesthetics, and it definitely does look great, but more importantly than that, this is a space heater. So if you are parked and you have shore power, you essentially get electric heat, which a lot of times is free, rather than having to burn propane for heat. Now, it's obviously not going to heat your whole camper, but it does do a good job of taking the chill off in this space, especially because it is elevated, and as we all know, heat rises. Right over to the side here, you have storage. You'll have the same thing on both sides. You have the shelf up top, not on the bottom. You kind of have that fake brick-looking wall right behind there, but that is just nice extra storage space to have up top. Dual opposing slides here really help open this space up, and because it is a wide body, it allows you to have two opposing tri-fold sofas. If that wasn't the case, one of these would have to be a jackknife, but you can fold both of these out into beds. They basically meet right in the center here. They kind of kiss each other. They are love seats, so you have the two two cushions rather than three, so each one can comfortably sleep one adult, no problem. Realistically, as long as they don't hate each other, they can cuddle a little. You can have two people on each bed as well. So to make these up, you simply take the back cushions off, just like I did. What I recommend is putting your foot or your leg kind of right up against here, so when you go to pull this out, the sofa doesn't pull forward with you. This comes out just like that. You have legs. These fold out, lock into place just like so. Then you'll take this back cushion, drop it down, kind of push it down to snug it in place, and there you go. There is your bed. Lay down here just to give you an idea. So I'm 6 foot. If you have a pillow, put that right there. As I said, you can see you have plenty of space here for two people. And again, it is fairly comfortable as far as RV sofas go. You don't have a big bar on your back. You're not going to wake up with an air mattress that's deflated on you. So some good sleeping options if you want people to stay with you. You also have a vent fan right up top here, which helps cool things off. If you don't want to run the AC, you just want some circulation, open up some windows, pop that guy on. Again, it'll just help circulate the air up in here. You have the theater seating right here. This is obviously the best seat in the house. Thomas Paine collection. That's what all the furniture up here is. These do both recline. You have a perfect straight angle to the TV, so if it's just the two of you, this is probably where you'll sit and hang out most of the time while you're watching TV. But again, allows everyone to kind of be involved in the conversation up here. A couple cup holders right there, as well as the center console, which gives you a spot in which you can hide the remotes. And you do have an electrical outlet right up top there, so if you can plug in cell phones or anything like that while you're sitting here, it gives you the capability to do it. Windows on both sides for some natural light. Coming down the steps, you'll see this remote right here. Obviously, you'll want to take it out of the bag. All zeros is the default pin, just so you know. But anyway, when you take a look on the remote, you will see some different options. This is your awning light outside, your leveling, your awning itself, as well as your slides. All that can be controlled right here from the remote. The reason that's nice is if you're in a tight spot, you can go outside, open up your slides, open up your awning, make sure there aren't any stray trees or anything that will get in the way. The rest of your controls will be located right here. This has your tank monitoring panel on there. Your water heater, do note that it runs off both electric and LP. You can turn on both of those at the same time for faster recovery. Of course, your manual slide-out controls are there too. Awning light, everything else you'll need. Beautiful solid surface countertops throughout here in the kitchen. I like this. It gives you a great prep area. You have plenty of space on both sides here in which you can work. The undermount stainless steel bowl in the center with this beautiful high-rise faucet. I like the fact it's two-tone. It's switched it up a little bit. Just kind of gives it that extra kind of modern look. Storage all around. You can see that. Same thing. Kind of right up top there. Kind of nicks the faucet, but, does obviously not enough to cause any damage, anything like that. Right underneath, Bank of 4 drawers, folks. 4 full extension drawers. Those pull all the way out. The reason I bring that up is because a lot of times in your kitchen you have a sink that impedes a lot of your drawers. It's not the case. They are all off to the side, so you get that full length there. Then you have a little bit of storage underneath the sink, which gives you a spot for some of your cleaning supplies, things like that. Right over here to the side is kind of like the rest of the kitchen. You do have a little bit of prep surface here. You also have an electrical outlet. Forgot to mention that other one we were just looking at has electrical outlets on both sides of the sink, so plenty of places to plug things in here in the kitchen, coffee maker, whatever else you need. Recessed 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover, so you can use that as prep space as well. This does fold up and back, allowing you to use that as a backsplash. Front one there is high output. Then you have the oven here underneath if you do want to do some baking. 3 more drawers running right along there, and again, those are full extension. Last thing I want to touch on in the kitchen space is the refrigerator. This one has the residential hair refrigerator. You'll see plenty of space in there as well, folks. That's a great thing about having residential fridge. You generally get lots of storage. Plus, you don't have to have this cooling down overnight. It'll cool down in a couple hours, just like the one in your home would. And then you have not 1, but 2 freezer drawers here underneath for all of your frozen goods. Over to the side is the dinette. I love this dinette. You have, again, solid surface countertops or tabletop on here, which you don't get very often on a table. You have the kind of cool decorative leg, these high top bar stools, and then the bench seat on the other side. So as I mentioned, you can pretty comfortably get 6 people to sit around here, which I think is fantastic. It just gives you that space where, you know, if you're not watching TV, if you want to play a card game, a board game, or eat a meal together and you have a couple guests come over, this allows you to have that entertainment space. And you have the huge window right over there to the side, which not only gives you a view to the campsite, but also obviously really helps brighten the camper up, especially when you have the skylight right up top here. You also have the Max Air fan a little bit in front of that. So I talked about circulation, opening some windows up. That Max Air fan does an awesome job. And it has a rain sensor on there, so if it starts to rain, that will close itself down. A little bit of storage right up top for, you know, if you want to put paper plates up there or games, as I mentioned, things like that. It's a spot to do it. Right here, you do have an electrical outlet as well as a dual USB port, that Max Air fan control, and then your thermostat is right next to that. Making our way back a little bit further here, we'll open this up for you. You have hanging space going across this entire wardrobe, folks. A ton of hanging space right there. You'll also see that you have drawers underneath, so you know, if you need a spot to put like, you know, some towels or whatever else, extra clothes, this just gives you a lot of extra space right out here, especially if it's just the 2 of you and you plan on spending a lot of time in here. That's a great spot for it. As I mentioned, I would use it kind of as a linen closet, just that, you know, because it is right across from the bath, as you can see here. You have a slider door, so you do have direct access from the bath or to the bedroom. So if you have to get up in the middle of the night, use the restroom, boom, you can come right in here. It's nice and easy. The toilet right down here, this one is porcelain, so easy to clean. And as you'll see, I have plenty of space both for my legs as well as my shoulders, no issues there. Mirrored medicine cabinet right up here to the side. Good storage in that. Your countertop and your sink, it is a larger than normal sink. A lot of times they're a little bit narrower here. Also stainless steel bowl, which looks a lot nicer, easier to clean too than your plastic. And then you have storage underneath that. Neo-angle shower, obviously, because this is a front living, this is in the back half, and you know, because we don't have to go up any stairs, you have more than ample ceiling height. So, you know, even if you're a giant, no issues, you can still shower in here without hunkering down. You have the hand wand there, a couple shelves, and you have the doors in the roller track. So that way when you open them up, you know, all the water that's here on the door goes right down into the shower pan instead of a swing door where sometimes it leaks off onto the floor. Right above your toilet there is the vent fan. In the master bedroom here, you will see the slide-out king bed. This is a 70 by 80 king bed, which gives you plenty of space to be able to sleep on, and because it's in a slide-out, also gives you plenty of space to be able to walk around, so you can make the bed quite easily. When you lift that up, you'll also notice plenty of storage here underneath, so any large items can easily fit under there, and you'll see the access door to the outside, so that way you have a couple different access points to the storage here. Windows on both sides, those do open for cross ventilation, storage along the top there, as well as your LED reading light. Window here in the back, which, you know, if you have a nice view out the back, maybe you can wake up and enjoy that. Otherwise, it does help let in some natural light. And then right over here, just in case you didn't have enough storage out in the hall, you have another wardrobe there, as well as some shelves down below. Dresser below that, 2 large drawers, 3 smaller ones. window right here, and TV hookup right next door in case you want to watch TV before bed. Last thing I do want to touch on, folks, you will notice this one has a second AC right here in the bedroom. So that way, if it's a really hot day, you'll still stay nice and cool at night. Now that we've seen the insides, take a look at some of the outside features on the 2019 Sprinter 3341. Right up front, you will notice the redesigned graphics for 2019. And folks, I think Sprinter did an awesome job here. Looks fantastic. You have the black in the center, the silver letters really pop right there. It's just clean, very streamlined. You'll also see it kind of almost comes down like an arrow right here pointing to your mirror right up front, the hitch vision. What this does for you is you're backing up your pickup, it helps you align the kingpin with your hitch in the back of your truck. You swing down underneath, open up the front right here. One of the things that Keystone in general does very well is wire and cable management. You'll see everything's kind of over to this one side. Big storage area right here. Battery box will be located right there, and it is already vented for you. And then right outside here, you'll see the light as well as solar prep. So if you want solar, it's already pre-wired here. All you have to do is pop this open, buy portable panels, plug them in right there, and it will trickle charge your battery. You'll also see directly underneath there is your spare tire. So hopefully you never have to get to that, but if you do, you know exactly where it's at. Just pop this open. There's a couple bolts right there you can undo and drop the tire right down. You'll also see one of your landing legs right back here. This one does have auto level, so touch a button, the coach will level itself out, which is pretty great. If you've never used it before, definitely something I highly recommend. Right over here to this side is your pass-through storage. You have the covered hinge here. You open it up. Take a look in there, and I know at first it seems like it's not a lot of storage for a fifth wheel, and you'd be correct. However, this is about what you get on most front living floor plans. Even some of the high profiles don't really have more storage than this. So all things considered, that's actually pretty darn good for being full profile. On the other side there is the inverter, which is purely dedicated to that residential refrigerator. So that way as you're going down the road, that will make sure that everything in there is staying nice and cool. This one has the MoreRide step above step system. If you haven't seen this by now, it's something that's definitely starting to come into the industry way heavier in 2019. It's a great solid step system. You can see, I'm well over 200 pounds. I can jump on this. It doesn't flex. So if you don't like the standard pull-out stairs where you have flex, this is a great option right here. It definitely is a lot sturdier. Because it doesn't fold up, what you do is you open up the door here. By the way, this is a friction hinge, so kind of wherever you put the door is where it stays. It'll withstand winds of about up to 20 miles an hour. And what you do is you take the steps just like so. You'll fold them up. You see you have a handle right here. It's more to pull it out than anything. And that just snaps into place. To pull it back down, you have a pin right here. You just pull this pin. That will release it and allow you to pull the steps right down. You're done camping though. Your steps are up. Shut the door just like so. You also see you have the foldable grab handle, which obviously will give you extra control when entering or exiting the RV. You can close that over the door just like that. Again, when you're done camping, you're ready to travel down the road. You take a look up top there, you'll see the power awning. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. You have an LED light strip for light at night. You'll also see this one is the Solera awning, so you have speakers up in the heads of the awning. That way when it's fully extended, the music is playing down on your campsite rather than blasting out at your neighbors, which is quite nice actually. Another thing you will notice, folks, is underneath that awning you don't have any vents here, making this all great usable camp space. That's one of the biggest issues that you have with front living floor plans. A lot of times is, your awning is over one of the slides, or it just doesn't give you a lot of usable space. They've done an awesome job on the 3341 of giving you all this space right here. So I think they did I think they did a good job. Right here is your electrical outlet. Need to plug anything in, that is the place to do it. Directly underneath, aluminum alloy wheels, so they aren't gonna rust on you. They'll stay looking nice for years to come. And right in between the two is your Road Armor suspension system, which utilizes rubber compound to help reduce shock from the road from traveling into the RV itself. So that way when you get to your destination, all your cabinets stay closed, you don't have a bunch of broken dishes, things like that. Coming around to the side here, this is that slide out in the master bedroom, and as I mentioned, you have access from outside. You can see that that's exactly what this is, and you have a ton of storage there underneath that king bed. Right now, man, that flag's really whipping. Right down here is your bumper. You'll see that you have the end cap, so you can pop these off. Gives you a good storage space for your sewer hose right in there. You also have the ladder that is mounted, so that way you have a place which you can easily climb up onto the fully walkable roof. You'll see backup camera prep right here. If you want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it will save you money on labor. And as we come around to the off-door side, pop this guy open, you'll see this one is a 50 amp detachable power cord. 50 amp, of course, because you do have dual AC as well as a fireplace. Right up front on the off-door side is your docking station. You'll see this houses your outside shower with hot and cold water access, satellite and cable inlets, black tank flush, and your water inlet. If you have the handle in the down position, that will be for city water. Flip it up and to the left, and that will fill your freshwater tanks. Right down below that is your propane quick connect. If you want to hook up a grill, it'll be right up here on the off-door side, but it is in close proximity to your outside water access. If you take a look at the other side of the pass-through here, you'll see you have this little flap. This actually gives you access to your water heater, so if you have to get in there for winterization, that is your access point. Directly up underneath here, a little bit tougher to see, but that is the inverter I had mentioned right there. And as I said, that is dedicated to that residential refrigerator. Up front a little bit further are your two 30-pound propane tanks with your crossover right there. And then in the very front here is the auto level system. Just simply touch a button to level itself out. If you have to control it manually, you can do that as well. If you forget how to operate this, right in on the door right here is your little guide to tell you how everything works. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2019 Keystone Sprinter 3341 FWFLS. If you're interested in this gorgeous front living fifth wheel and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.